Hey, it's pretty. How you doing? Let me know if you can hear me. Hey, Carly. Can you guys hear the leaf blower? My neighbor's never going to stop. I missed you too. I know I had a wild hair. I was like, we got to talk about this. I'll just go live and see if anybody shows up. It's weird because sometimes I do an impromptu live and I get tons of people. And other times you do one and you get nothing. So who knows? Hey, Stacy. Angela. Oh, good. I'm glad you can't hear him. It's so loud. I thought surely by now he would stop, given that it's getting pretty dark out. My neighbor is so obsessed with his leaf blower, I'm telling you. Pickle! Hey, Kathy. Let me get the link if anybody wants to come on the mic with me. Let me find it. Me too, pretty. I haven't seen you in forever. There's the link if anybody wants to come up on the mic. I figure we'll wait a few minutes, see if some more come in before we start talking about Kiely. I know. Is it Layla or Leela? Hopefully, I'm saying your name right. I always manage to butcher everybody's name, and I don't mean to. Because then you got the Quentin Simon stuff going on. I don't understand that. How is his mother not arrested? I blew my mind. I thought maybe she was in a mental hospital, but the press conference said they didn't even know where she was. I'm like, what? That can't be real. Thank you. I'll just say Layla because that's easier for me. If that's okay with you. Yeah, the Quentin Simon thing just blows my mind. I don't. Anybody have thoughts on why his mom is not arrested if she said that she did something to him but she doesn't remember it? Or is the grandmother lying? I don't get it. Yeah, that press conference, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And I don't know if you guys follow Jennifer Coffendafer on Twitter. So I'm probably butchering her name too. She's with the FBI. She's like, her mind is blown too. She's like, what is going on? How is that person not arrested? Yeah, Parkland. No, Stacy, he during the press conference they were like, well, I don't know where she is, but she's not a what do you call it, a flight risk. So they're just like, she's just somewhere. I know. Why did she leave the kids? None of it makes sense. None of it. And then the whole story the grandma told about her daughter said she put him in the landfill. But then I heard or read that the FBI was still searching her house. So it's crazy. I don't know what's going on. Makes no sense. This leaf blower is just getting on my last nerve. It's getting so dark. He's got to turn it off soon, right? See, lately it gets confusing, doesn't it? Yeah, Stacy, I just can't even imagine. I mean, And it's so weird, the text messages that her mom was sending her friends, like it wasn't that big of a deal. It's so weird to me. That and the when her mom posted about, can somebody come fix our pool? I'm like, your grandson's missing and you're worried about fixing the pool that the police had to drain looking for your grandson. Stop it. Who is jumping on what, Pickle? You want to come up? Come up on the mic with me. Hi, Aaron. Oh, did you get a notification? I never know if they're working or not. You didn't, Pretty. She just got confused. She thought you were talking about her name. Did you see the link, Pickle? I'll put it down here again. Y'all know I get lonely on the mic all by myself. I'm shocked that YouTube's sending out notifications. I don't know. I may have come on too early, but it's a work night for me, so I can't be on here real late. Oh, I know, Aaron. It's been crazy. My life just been so crazy the last 6 months. I keep trying to go live at least once every couple weeks just to keep my YouTube account active. Oh, because of, yeah. Here's my hope. Y'all know I said from day one it was an accident and that she drove into the lake. I just always felt from day one that that was what happened. As soon as I saw there was a lake near where the party was, and just knowing how 16-year-olds are and knowing how people that have drank a lot are, my gut always said that was what happened. So, yeah, Layla, I'm hoping now everybody will leave her family alone. Let the poor girl rest in peace. Stop coming up with these crazy theories. And it pisses me off so bad because these crazy theories are just meant to make them more money. That's all it is. They're just, because the more stupid theories they come up with, the more videos they can make. And I don't want to sound hypocritical because I've made like 2 videos about it, but I feel like I'm respectful and I'm not doing a money grab. If I had, I would have kept doing Kiely videos, right? I would have done them every couple days like everybody else did and jumped in with these crazy theories that make no sense unless you're just trying to make her your cash cow. Pisses me off so bad. Oh, I agree. A lot of mom and dads want to think it couldn't happen and there's denial for sure. But I think a lot of people forget what a 16-year-old is like. I've said for years I wish they'd raise the driving age to 18 because 16-year-olds really aren't mature enough to be driving. They can physically drive, but are they mentally, emotionally mature enough to drive? Most of them are not. Oh, there's been some horrible ones. Yeah. I was shocked that the FBI missed it, the whole water thing. That kind of shocked me. And while I think the police department there did some things wrong, they did a lot of things right too. I mean, I've never seen a police department go so hard to find somebody in that first week. I mean, they were pulling out all the stops. But the thing is, if you're not experienced in water search, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Hi, Becky. But I look at these other, like these theories on Twitter and YouTube are just so outrageous. What they did to her poor ex-boyfriend was horrific. I don't believe in suing, but that kid sure got a case. He could sue a lot of people and probably win because what they did to him and his name, and that's serious consequences. This kid goes to get a job or go to college and they Google his name. What do you think is going to come up? It's horrible. No, I really wish they'd raise the driving age. They really need to. It needs to be at least 18. I know I wasn't ready to drive at 16. I had 2 wrecks my first year. And all of my kids except one had a wreck their first year. I lost so much respect for them. I was such a cheerleader for them. I'd been watching them before Kiely's case, and I thought they were just the most amazing people. And then the way they handled this one was just horrible to me. Horrible. And now what pisses me off is the dude tries to say that he never hinted that it was the ex-boyfriend. I'm not going to say his name because I hate to keep putting it out there. He's like, oh no, I never hinted it was him. He absolutely did, in my opinion. He absolutely did. Okay, Pickle. We're missing you. For him to go back now and be like, try to act like he didn't participate in that, he was the one that first threw that out there, in my opinion. For sure. And then all the things they did to her poor mother. Oh my gosh. It's horrible what they did to her mother. Here she's got to deal with the death of a child, and now she's got all these whacked out internet people coming after her and YouTube channels, and it's just horrible. Yeah, see, I heard there was a big change at Adventures with Purpose. A while back, I saw some videos and was like, they're kind of weird. Yeah. I heard there was a change in the ones running it. And I kind of think that must be true because that's not how they used to do it. Because I also didn't agree with them announcing it on Twitter before the whole family was notified and all that. That was terrible too. There should never have been a race to put it on Twitter or YouTube. Exactly. There's no right or wrong way to grieve. And these poor people were trying to do it in private and people wouldn't let them. And now somebody has to, this is one of the craziest ones I saw the other day was somebody on YouTube claiming this is about water rights that the grandfather owns. I'm like, stop it. Now you're just going so far out there. It's that old saying, the simplest answer is usually the correct one. And that's that a young 16-year-old girl drank at a party, probably drank too much, and accidentally drove into the water, which is heartbreaking. And I hope, if nothing else, it teaches other teenagers and opens up conversations with their parents about what can happen when you drink and drive. Yeah, water rights, Carly. I guess her grandfather owns water rights. And water is a big deal in those states. But I don't think water rights has anything to do with this. The stuff just gets more out there, I'm telling you. The family has people contacting them literally 24/7, and the original audio of the grandma and aunt wasn't Kiely's blood relatives. I don't know if I know what you're talking about. I don't know if I knew about an audio. Or do you mean when he allegedly notified the family and it wasn't really the family or something? Let me know if that's what you're talking about. Did they really common sense? I didn't know it was that quick. I didn't know they did it before he even got out of the water. And the thing is that was a brand new diver. So him saying it looks suspicious, he wouldn't know. How would he know what was suspicious or what wasn't? That poor family, they've been put through hell. And it makes me so mad because it's mostly been YouTube people that have done that to them. They've done it to him on YouTube, and then they're doing it to him through their Twitter accounts. Then, the whole thing where they went after her friend. And granted, her friend did some weird things. But again, these are young kids. People are expecting like 30-year-old behavior out of 18-year-olds. Did you all forget what it was like to be 18 when you thought you knew it all? Oh my gosh, Aaron, you got to tell us. You want to come on the mic? Or you can type. I have inside info from a reliable source that was there. Girl, I know they were lying because that whole video he was doing with what's his face, which I couldn't even believe he'd go on there and do a video with that other guy that was so disgusting. And that right there tells you it was all about views and promotion and money. And I'm fine with everybody making money because y'all know I'm an entrepreneur. Everybody needs to make money. But when you're doing it with the kind of work they do, you need to be respectful. And you need to not be so, I don't know what the word is. I know. I get you, Aaron. I totally get it. No, they haven't got the toxology reports back, but they said it was definitely a drowning and they have ruled it an accidental death. Now, I know, since you brought this up, Becky, my love, these other YouTubers are going to go nuts saying, how can they rule it an accident when they don't have the toxicology back? But does it really matter? It proves that her death was caused by drowning. I think there's been quite a few people that have explained how she got into the back. There could be a lot of explanations. The one that makes the most sense to me is her car went nose down. So if you're in the car, what are you going to do? You're going to go as high up as you can because that's where the last air is going to be. So to me, that's why she was. I hate to be too graphic. TMZ did? Now I got to go look. How could TMZ release it? Yeah, for sure, Becky. I get you. But with the smaller towns, I think they said it was going to take 6 weeks to get that back. Well, how come the press release said no toxicology report yet, but then TMZ has it? And it said just pot and alcohol, which is pretty much what I figured. See, I always said too, that's why I think some of the windows were down. Because remember, I said, if you're smoking marijuana in your car and you don't want your parents to know, you're going to drive with the windows down so the whole car doesn't smell like marijuana, right? Hang on, I got to look and see this TMZ thing. See, the only thing I see on TMZ is the just saying it was an accidental death. Why am I not finding it? Does anybody have a link to it? Because I can't find it. Did they say what her alcohol count was? I know that's not the right word. Hey, Just Steph. Yeah, I've always heard that too, pretty. See, I don't, can you post links in here? No count though, huh? 0.88. Would that be high? I think that's pretty high, isn't it? And you know, the people that did the videos showing how dark it was out there, I could absolutely see how that could happen. Especially if you're driving impaired, you're 16, it's so dark out there. Oh, just above the drunk level. Nope, I accidentally put that on the screen. I was trying to just copy and paste it. Oh, dang it won't let me. Oh, I got you, Aaron. Well, thanks for trying to help me. I keep Googling it and I can't find it on TMZ. Let me look one more time. I was going to put it on the screen here if I could find it. I wonder why it's not coming up. Yeah, it is pitch black out here, and that guy is still out there with his leaf blower. Well, that's weird. I still can't find it. Maybe it's so new it hasn't hit Google yet. I don't know. 0.88 is lethal level. See, I thought it sounded pretty high. Let me Google that. 0.08. Yeah, so that's pretty high. It's just heartbreaking. Because she didn't look like she weighed much. So alcohol is definitely going to affect somebody small much quicker. But I got mad too when everybody blamed her friends. And yes, I wish her friends would not have let her drive, but ultimately, they're not responsible for her. I'm sure they feel bad enough. True common sense. I agree. I agree. You don't need to be drunk to drive into the lake in the dark. You could just be driving in the dark. Because, I mean, look at that other couple that went missing. Was it right before that? Yeah, 0.08 is like if you're over 0.08, you're drunk, right? I just can't even imagine what her family's going through because this is going to rile everybody up again. And I feel like they'll come out with even crazier theories now. I know. I think that's the part a lot leave out too, Aaron. She's not even at legal age to have one drink. So it's odd to me that they knew these kids were throwing those big parties there and didn't do anything. That is odd to me because we have places here, and honestly, all my life, there's been places where police knew kids would hang out and drink, and they always break them up and make their parents come get them. I mean, we've all seen that over the years. So it's weird to me that this was allowed to go on and nobody did anything. Oh, that's okay, pretty. Don't worry. No worries. I don't know why I can't find it. I'm not as good of a Googler. It's not showing up anywhere for me, but it's so funny to me that these other YouTubers want to make this into a crime so they can continue to make money off of it. Because if it's just not, and I don't mean that disrespectful, but if it's just an accident, that's the end of the story, right? And you can't make any more money off of it. I'm surprised they could get such a good reading common sense because she was in the water, what, 2 weeks? I think so too, Aaron. They need to take a strong look in their community about why this was allowed to continue because I read, and I don't know if this is true, but I read that this was a known place where the kids would go and drink and everybody knew it. Tyler Feller was in tears from the shock of being wrong. Hey CJ, how are you doing, my love? Hey Spackle. Are you doing something fun tonight, CJ? I'm jealous. Yeah, I wonder. That's a good point too. Would the campground be liable for allowing it for years and years? That's a good point. How do they know this and nobody stopped it? I mean, we all know how dangerous drinking and driving is. That community really needs to get together and put an end to this stuff. Hey, if any of the ones that just came in want a link, I'll put it in there. If any of you want to come up and chat, the water wouldn't affect the blood deep in the veins. Oh, I didn't know that, Aaron. See, I was afraid they wouldn't know much because she'd been in the water too long. The problem with teenagers is they think they're invincible. They think they will never get hurt, they will never die. And this is why the number one killer of teenagers is car accidents. We've had two really horrific ones this summer with teenagers that lost their lives in car accidents. Is it federal land? Hey, Irish. What's up? A family just sued. I can't even talk now. What is wrong with me? Sued Snapchat because their kid bought lace stuff using Snapchat and didn't survive. We just had a case here where they sued the guy that sold somebody drugs and he overdosed and died, and not sued him, but brought criminal charges and he was convicted. So I like that. Carly, it's the most horrible thing. I was just talking about this with my son, and his son is 10. And I said, you're not that far off from your son driving, and you would never know of fear Like the fear of laying in bed and your kid is out driving. It's horrible. Yeah, Aaron, I haven't heard of that. I have not heard of that. So the new ones that just came in, just let us know what you think of the Kiely's death being ruled accidental. Let us know your thoughts. I think it's a good thing, pretty. I think they have to go to this drug thing from all angles. And if you start putting the ones in jail that sold it that killed somebody, maybe it'll slow this down. I'm sorry, Carly. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's horrible. It's horrible. And I had to go through it 4 times, okay? 4. So I should have a dang medal for having to go through 4 kids learning to drive, especially because my husband would not take them out to drive because he has no patience. So I had to take them all out driving. Girl, that's why I have all this gray hair. I can get charged if I throw a party and you leave my house drinking and driving where I'm at. Whoever supplied the alcohol should be sweating right. Absolutely. And you guys, most of you know, I was a bartender for years in Illinois, and we could be charged if we overserve somebody, and we could be fined. So, how is this campground letting these teenagers have drunken parties out there? It makes no sense. That's funny, Irish. Oh, it's not funny if he's still not driving. Is he driving now? Hopefully he'll get over that. People are so mean. Why people gotta be so mean? Everybody's gotta learn. I'll have to check that out, Aaron. Thank you. Yeah, I think honestly the easiest one we had was the last one, but that was because we had the horse farm while he was growing up, so he was always driving farm equipment, and that got him so comfortable driving before he ever drove a car. So that does help a lot. Oh, that's terrible. Well, I didn't mean to laugh then. I thought it was a funny thing. That's not funny at all. Yeah, I don't wish those teaching kids to drive years on anybody. Iris, what are you thinking of the Quentin Simon thing? Isn't that so weird that they haven't arrested the mom? It's crazy to me. What is going on? Why haven't they arrested her? Crazy, crazy. But yeah, I'm really hoping these other YouTubers will stop with the Kiely Rut crazy theories and stuff. Hopefully it'll die down now and their family can grieve in private and people will leave them alone. I kind of think they're going to try to milk it for a few more weeks, but yeah, it help. Hey, Kim, it helps a lot, doesn't it, Becky? I wish our other kids had the farm sooner because it made it so much easier. The transition from driving four-wheelers and tractors to a car is so much easier. Becky, they said in the press conference, they were like, "Well, do you know where she is?" And they were like, "No, but we don't think she's a flight risk. She's around, they act like she's around somewhere." I don't get it. Yeah, I'm sure they will, Stacy. Did anybody watch the Petito Lifetime thing? I specifically did not. I was like, no, not watching it. Iris, are you talking about the screenshots from the grandma? I thought they were fake too. That was crazy that she messaged people like that. What is going on with this world? I don't get it's so crazy. Yeah, me too, Stacy. I was like, nope, not doing it. I won't watch the Dahmer thing on Netflix either. I was like, I ain't doing that either. Because I've been told on Twitter, I don't, again, allegedly, the crew was really mean to people of color on the crew. And then the family had begged them not to make another Dahmer movie. And I was like, nah, I'm not watching it. Ellie found evidence, pressured mom. She lawyered up, advised to make a plea or a deal if they found the body. Because with the body, the DA gets better charges and a case stronger with the body. Are you talking about Quentin, Aaron? Yeah, the Dahmer story's been done so many times. I don't know that we really needed it again, but I get why people watch it. I don't have anything against anybody who did watch it. I'm going to get a drink real quick. I'm back. The family had no idea Netflix was coming out. The family I saw on Twitter were pretty upset about it. I don't know if they're the same ones you're following. I don't know. Yeah, I'm the same way, Kim. I'm like, nah, they're not getting my view. Well, I'm glad at least you got that, Becky, because that would be a good thing. Who are you talking about, Iris? Are you talking about Bullhorn Betty? In my opinion, she is such a piece of shit. Sorry, but she is. Hey, Billy. I couldn't believe those videos of her on Twitter because I won't give her a view on YouTube. But I saw some clips on Twitter. And she's just, oh my God. I'm not going to say that, but okay. Yes, Quentin Simon. That's why no arrest, because if they have no body, they have no case. But I thought if she confessed, I thought that was a whole different thing. If I go to the police and say, I unalive somebody and I put them in a landfill, and that would be hard to find somebody, then I just get off scot free because they can't find them. I don't, that's weird to me. Maybe they got to get more evidence because there's a lot of cases with no bodies that get convicted. But I could see, though, you want to have the best case possible. But you would still think they could arrest her from her confession. I'm so confused. She did confess, right? Does anybody know for 100%? Because I don't know if we can take the grandma's word for it. Because she's a little cray cray. Oh, I read it wrong? Let me go back. That's why no arrest. Because if they have no body, they have a circumstantial case only. Body will go along with confession and their No, I understand that. I got you, Aaron. Well, that's yeah, she said she couldn't remember it, which come on now. They always try that. Obviously, she remembers something, right? That's why I thought maybe she was in a psych ward somewhere. Because I thought maybe she was really playing into that and acting like she was having a break or a psychotic break or something. And I thought maybe that's why she wasn't arrested yet. Oh, you're okay, Erin. No problem. It gets confusing on here. I get you. I still don't get how you can go confess to something and not get arrested. I don't know. That's a new one. And I've been watching true crime for a million years because I'm so old. I know I feel bad because I really thought the boyfriend did it and the mom covered it up, but I was obviously wrong. But a lot of times that's what happens. I don't think so, Becky. I've always read over the years that that's so hard to find somebody in a landfill. That's like a nightmare. But Aaron, the grandmother has custody of all three, right? That's why I don't even understand why the daughter had him when the grandmother had custody. How did how did she even have him? I don't understand that. Oh, Irish. Dang. I didn't even think of that. My gut says she killed the baby as revenge towards her mom. That oh, that's so sad. But that would make sense, especially if her mom's got custody of all the kids. And her mom seems a little off from what we've seen. Now, that's a woman under a lot of pressure, and I get that, but that's still, that post of hers wanting somebody to fix her pool about did me in. I wonder what the agreement was with DCFS. Was the mother supposed to be alone with the child? Because usually, if they take custody away, then it's because she's not supposed to be alone with the child. So, how was her youngest? Do you guys know? Not custody of baby Sky. Yeah, Becky, she's got to have some major guilt, but she's acting so odd. Yeah, for sure, Irish. I get that feeling too. Less than 10 months. I don't know. Would it last that long? I know postpartum depression can, but the psychosis is even rarer. Not that it doesn't happen, it absolutely does, but I don't know it. And of course, we're not sure. Maybe Becky knows because she's a nurse. That's really, goes in with me thinking she was in a psych ward, but apparently she's not. So, and I think it's odd that they're at least not keeping an eye on her because we saw what happens with the Petito case, right? When they don't keep an eye on somebody, you'd think they would at least have somebody following her and knowing where she is. I know, pretty, it makes no sense if she confesses and says she put his body in a landfill and then says she has no memory of what happened. It doesn't add up. Yeah, I think the case is so new, it's hard to get information. Yeah, I knew it was rare. There was no fence around that pool, and ADT showed the back door open at 2 a.m. till 5. Yeah, but I think if it was an accidental drowning, you would just call 911, right? You wouldn't take them and put them in a landfill or call 911 and report them missing. I don't know. That reminds me too much of Casey Anthony. Okay, so the youngest is 4 months. Thank you, pretty. Thank you for that information. Oh, that's so funny. Irish, we said the same thing. We are too like minded. Yeah, Casey Anthony vibes for sure. Blame it on the pool. Yeah, I appreciate that, girl. Yeah, 4 months. I mean, I'm not buying the postpartum psychosis because that's a full break with reality. So you wouldn't be like psychosis and then fine the next minute. We share one cell. I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see where that goes. But it seems that the police response is just so weird to me. I just like when he's like, "Yeah, we don't know where she is, but we don't think she's a flight risk." Well, I guess they thought the same thing from Laundry, right? Nobody kept an eye on him, and look what happened. What town is that in? What state? I can't remember. Y'all remember what state they're in? Must have been somewhere close to Bullhorn Betty. I'm gonna mute myself a minute. I got blow my nose. Savannah, Georgia. Well, that Savannah's a pretty big town, so I'm kind of surprised with the police response. That's not like a little hick town. Sorry if you live in a hick town. And what is going on with Summer Wells? I guess that's just never going to be solved now. Have you heard anything on that one, Irish? And I can't stand her, Billy. I don't know. I mean, I hate to be where I'm always saying somebody should have their channel taken, but oh, some of these accounts, it's so disgusting. She's so gross the way she does what she does. Yeah, I know it's really bad, the postpartum psychosis, but I don't think the psychosis part, like if she was in a psychosis that day and then the police come to talk to her, you would think she would still be in that psychosis. That's where I'm at. You know what I mean? Because it's not like you're just going to snap out of it. And in that case, I think she would have been taken to a mental health facility because that would have been very apparent. I feel like they're using the Q Simon case to bury the Rodney findings. I hope her dad sues. They did a lot wrong. It seemed like in the beginning they did everything right, and then it just went straight downhill. And the thing that still shocks me about that is that the FBI was involved. So you would think you would get better action out of the FBI, right? Because they're supposed to be the elite. Kind of shocking. Hey, Aaron, it was good seeing you. Thanks for coming. I do too, Billy. I think this is why it's hard for any YouTube channel to get any kind of true crime monetized because they've ruined it. Because they do this shady, disgusting stuff that they do. And then the advertisers don't want their ads on any true crime, which who could blame them? Because if their ad falls on Bullhorn Betty, in my opinion, they're going to be very upset about it, right? Because who's going to want an ad on that channel? And then it makes it hard for everybody. Oh, no, I got you, Aaron. I didn't mean to say that either. I know you're just putting it out there as a theory. I got you. Well, I hope you feel better. Go take some deep breaths. Get your heart calmed down. I did too, Irish. I had to quit following it because it was, again, it got so crazy and the theories are so out there and the YouTube channel's messing everything up. It's like I said, you're supposed to report on the story, not become the story. Once you become the story, in my opinion, you have lost all, what's the word? I can't think of it. But you guys know what I mean. Yeah, I've been having trouble with mine lately too, Aaron. I woke up pretty sick a couple days ago. Mine was through the roof. I don't know if I forgot to take my medicine when I went to bed. I'm not sure. It's not a good. I always get a really bad headache too when mine goes crazy like that. Credibility. Thank you, Billy. Thank you for that help. I haven't seen her anywhere, Becky. Have you guys seen her on YouTube or anywhere? I think she, but like I said, I quit following it because it just got too crazy. Irish, have you seen her on YouTube or anywhere? Of course, you're kind of not following it either. So I just feel like at this late date, if they don't have something by now, they're not going to. I just feel like it's so sad. Oh, I so agree. These channels were selling their theories as facts. They no longer sought answers, rather, they manufactured alleged evidence to sell their claims. I agree 1,000%. That's like, we did that live about doing true crime respectfully. It shouldn't be that hard. It's like I said, these are real people. They're not, it's just horrible what they did to Kiely's family. They act like these are not real people that really lost a daughter, that are going through the worst pain you can imagine, and they're going to add to it so they can keep making money on YouTube. It's horrific. Last I heard, she won a restraining order against YouTube Don Don B because he was stalking her, allegedly. Everything in here is allegedly in our opinions. We'll just get that straight. Because I don't know. I may be getting a cease and desist from Bethany Frankel. I was going to make another Bethany video today. And then this came up. So I was like, I'll just go live. I haven't gone live in a while. Let's just go live for the moment. But I'll tell you what, if Bethany sends me a cease and desist, I'm going to show it to everybody because I don't have a confidentiality agreement with her. That woman, I'm telling you. She's another one that's gotten on my last nerve. I got to stay off TikTok tonight so I don't see anything Bethany does. Disclaimer. I meant to do it at the beginning of the live and I forgot. So there's the disclaimer. Everything is just my opinion and chat opinions, and they are not facts. So let's just get it straight. You have to go watch my videos. But she's trying to cease and desist all these people on TikTok. You know how Bethany has the biggest mouth out there and is constantly bad mouthing people on TikTok. But don't you dare talk about her, because then you're going to get a cease and desist from her attorneys. She's gross. So much for her woman empowerment. You know how bad it is. Y'all know Valerie Bertinelli, who is like one of the sweetest women on this earth, in my opinion. Even Valerie Bertinelli made a TikTok saying, Bethany, leave these women alone. Go on about your business and leave these poor women alone. Stop threatening to sue them. And you know, we've all seen with Katie Joy that these defamation lawsuits don't work out too well, right? Because it's very hard to prove defamation against a big celebrity. They're, you know, Bethany's pretty big celebrity, so I know years ago I liked her, but the last 3 or 4 years, you could see that change where she just became so full of herself. Have you seen her on TikTok? Her TikToks, it's just gross. I don't know. I shouldn't even got started talking about Bethany because it pisses me off so much. Ew. But she had a major meltdown on TikTok yesterday, and it was bad. She was like bad mouthing everybody on TikTok, which y'all know is not a good thing to do. And then, like within minutes, took it down. But people had already screen recorded it, so yeah. That's right, Aaron. Yeah, we could talk about Cody Brown. That'll get me going too. And then we'll be here all night, and I got to go to work tomorrow. Bethany has just turned into such a bitch, in my opinion. She is not empowering women. No, she's not. She's sending cease and desist to him. Yeah. And you know, Billy, the thing with TikTok is they generally don't like celebrities on there because why? Because celebrities get on TikTok and they want to sell you something. They never get on there just to be a person and show you the real life and who they really are. Now, Valerie Bertinelli does. She's as real as it gets. So, of course, everybody loves her on there because she's not trying to sell them anything. She's just being Valerie. So everybody adores her. But then you get Bethany on there who's got all these agendas of things she's trying to do on there. And yeah, people generally don't like celebrities on TikTok to begin with. So then when you're going to tell them what a bunch of dumbasses they all are, like she did yesterday, Carly, if we're going to talk about Cody Brown, then you got to get on the mic with me. Then we got to go change the title. We should do a Sister Wives Live. We should do that because we got a lot to talk about. He's such an ass. I can't stand him. Oh, thank you, Carly. You're always so sweet. I need people to hit subscribe. I have lost some subs over doing the Bethany videos. Not that I really care, as you can tell, but I do think it's funny. I've lost like 13 subs since I started doing the Bethany videos. Isn't that funny? She does have a very big following. She does, for sure. I think it's getting smaller, especially the more she talks on TikTok. But she does have some very rabid fans. So, yeah, we need a whole live devoted to Cody Brown. Todd Paulson doppelganger. I can't say that word. Why can't I say that? Now you can't unsee it. It's so funny though. Bethany now is trying to turn it around and act like this lady talked bad about her uh, charity. She didn't. Bethany's just making that up. See, she knows now she can say whatever she wants to say because the poor woman got scared and took all of her Bethany videos down. So now Bethany can say, well, she said, but there's since the videos are taken down, you can't see what was really said, right? Bethany is one of the most calculated people I have ever seen. She didn't just show up on TikTok to have a good time. There's an agenda for sure. Now that I got that off my chest, let me know when you're free, Carly, and we'll set that up. As you can see, it's better if we set them up ahead and we'll get more people. That's why I said when I do these spur of the moment lives, I'll either get 200 people or I'll get 20. You can't tell. Of course, it doesn't help that I haven't gone live much lately either. So, but probably everybody went live tonight to talk about Kiely. And since I didn't do all those Kiely videos, well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. We're down to about 13 people, but I appreciate each and every one of you, each and every 13, because I adore you guys. What is today? Is today Thursday? Maybe we could do like next Monday or Tuesday after the new episode. Billy, don't watch that. You're going to rot your brain. Do not watch that. In my opinion, you should not watch Molly Go Lightly and Michelle because your brain will turn to mush. Bye, Stacy. Thanks for coming. It was good seeing all of you. Okay, but pick a night when you can come on the mic with me, Carly. And tell me what time. And remember, our time zones are different, okay? Good seeing you, Iris. Good seeing you, Pretty. I haven't seen Pretty in forever. Bye, Becky. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.